How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Manatee Gaming. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a ton of money with the Divination skill, and then you can maybe also get this cape to go along with it, or 200 million, whatever you're working on. Now, today's video is not going to be specifically for the XP. It is more about the money-making aspect, because this skill can make a ton of money with a lot of the changes Jagex has added. Also, if you are interested in seeing a text version of this guide a bit after this video is made, so give it a little bit of time, but we're going to be adding our Divination money-making section into the Discord. That way you can have a text version to go along with this guide. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump on into it. Before we jump in with the exact method, I'm going to tell you how to gear up first, because that's pretty important. So we are going to need our Elder Divination set, so you just need to have the full set equipped. This is going to give you a lot of different bonuses, including getting a lot more memories at a time, because we really need to be doing that. I'm also going to recommend that you have an energy gathering scrimshaw. You can buy these from the Grand Exchange. At the time making this video, these are very cheap, and they bought for below mid, so it's pretty nice. If you have the superior one, that's also great, but they are totally not required. They will give you a little bit more money per hour, but they are also a little bit more difficult to get, so don't worry about that too much. As far as your necklace, it doesn't really matter too much what your necklace is, but I went with the Grace of the Elves and Luck the Dwarves. And then when it comes to your cape, if you have the Divination Master Cape or Divination Cape, then I would highly recommend you go ahead and equip those. And then your main hand weapon does not really matter much at all, so I just went with the Yaktui stick because I like the way it looks. You alternatively could use skill champas, but the thing is though, is most of the time, skill champas are only really worth it if you are trying to get more XP, and we are going to be focusing on the money making, so probably not skill champas this time around. And then we need to have the memory dowser. Now the memory dowser is a new item, and it is a really amazing item. So this one is going to let you gather from wisps up to 7 tiles away while standing within 2 tiles of the energy rift. You gathered memories are automatically deposited into the energy rift, which is amazing, requiring you not to go and touch the rift at all. And then you get a 15% chance to receive double memories and a 15% duration to energy springs. This is going to be a required item to make this money-making method a really fast one. You can definitely do divination without this, but this majorly improves the amount of money you're making. Something else too, at the time making this video, it is pretty expensive. If I look at the price right here, 726 million is the mid price. So it is quite expensive, but something important to know is that this is not an item that degrades or anything like that, so you can simply just sell it back in the Grand Exchange once you're done training. So unless the item dropped while you owned it, then you're not really going to lose any money. So it is expensive, but you can just buy it and sell it right back. The next thing is going to be a grasping rune pouch. You want to have this rune pouch on here because this is going to allow you to put in your runes that you're going to need. You're going to have nature runes. You're also going to need to have you just need the runes for Prism of Dowsing. So nature runes and your soul runes, and then you're going to be all set. I am bringing a lava battle staff, so if you want to, you can, instead of carrying the lava battle staff, you can just put more runes in the rune pouch, but just keep in mind though that you're still going to be taking up a slot, because this does require 4 runes in order to cast the spell. So what I do is I just bring a lava battle staff and have a switch. Now the reason why we want to be using that is because on our ancient magics, in the magic spells skilling, you're going to be able to use Prism of Dowsing. Prism of Dowsing will draw wisps into the prism when you cast it, and while harvesting from the wisp within 4 tiles of the prism, the player will have a 10% chance to obtain enriched memories. This is really nice because number one, it'll keep a bunch of wisps within the range of memory dowser, and will also make it so that you're getting 10% increased enriched memories, which means more memories, more energy, sorry, which is super, super nice. As far as our aura, we are going to want to have our legendary enrichment. So if you don't have legendary enrichment, just use whatever enrichment you have, but this will give you a 15% chance of obtaining the enriched memory, which is obviously going to increase our energies again, which is our whole goal. And then for your familiar, finally, we're going to be using the Nightmare Muspah pouch. The Nightmare Muspah pouch is able to carry some divine energy and stuff, but that's not really the big important part. All of that part is nice. We're going to be using the 5% chance to harvest 4 times the energy from a wisp. You do not need the scrolls while you're using this. You really just need the Muspah going in the background. Now, the energies we're going to be gathering are going to vary, which is the reason why I'm not saying a specific memory during this video, but basically we just want to be gathering a memory that is pretty expensive. So these 5 right here are going to be the most expensive memories currently. So we put them into our price checker, you can see their current price. Obviously, by the time you watch this video or whatever, these could be different prices, so just do a quick price check to see which one's the highest. There are times, I will let you know, there are times that some of these energies will go up to 1,000 a piece. I have sold some energies for 1,000 and above. That is a rare time though, so we're not going to be banking on that, but make sure you do check the instant buys and see if any of them are going for that, because sometimes it happens. We're going to go ahead and mark off the pale energy. We're going to remove this one, even though this is the highest one of the 5. We're going to remove the pale energy because pale energies do not have the enriched ones, and so that way we're just going to be focusing on these 4 right here. And it looks like sparkling energy at this time is going to be the highest one, so we are going to be focusing on sparkling energy, and we're going to be gathering sparkling energy. Like I mentioned before, this method is not really about the XP, it is about making the most money per hour, but you can go ahead and kind of configure and do whichever memory energy you want if you're trying to make a lot of XP while you're doing this. But I would recommend, if you're doing for XP, then you should probably just go ahead and do like the incandescence, because that's going to give you the most XP out of those. But if we look over here and go to the Fremennik province, that's where we are going to find our sparkling energy, which is right next to the lodestone for Fremennik province. So you can simply just go to lodestone and run down to the golden apple tree, and that's where we're going to be training at. The last thing we need to set up though before we go and do that, I almost forgot these, kind of funny, but we need to set up our relic power. So our relic power is basically just going to be our divine conversion. Now there are people that say divine conversion is going to be useless now that we have this dowser, but that's actually not true, because the dowser makes it so you can do it from up to 7 tiles away. If you have divine conversion on, then you can do it at any distance and then be able to throw them in. So if you are a little bit further away and you still want to be able to gather that wisp, then you can simply just gather them and then go throw them back in all in one go. So I'd recommend still using this divine conversion, although it's not completely required, because this does negate most of the need for it. You are also going to want to go over to the Guthics Memorial if you have the ability to do this, and this is going to give you a couple more passive benefits. They're going to be pretty nice. So the Ethereal Connection is going to increase the Divination's being a spring duration. I am pretty sure that it stacks with the Master Divination Cape and then also with the Memory Dowser, but just in case it doesn't stack, I don't know. It should stack, but hopefully it stacks. And then we've got Wisp Herder, so converting memories has a small chance of spawning additional Wisp. This is really nice because you're going to be constantly converting memories with the Memory Dowser, so get more Wisp, which is, yeah, obviously good. And then we've got the Abyssal Transit, which means that Chronicles will contribute twice as much to power when empowering a crater. So if you want to be able to empower the craters a little bit more, then go ahead and do that. And then just simply click confirm. Boom! And then we've got it confirmed. And now we're going to head over to the location so we can get going and see how many we get in an hour. Okay, so we've been gathering here for a total of 15 minutes, and we've got just over 4,000 memories. So I was also noticing too that it really depends on the method of how you do this, but you'll end up with about 4,000 to 4,500 memories per 15 minutes, which means that our grand total for the 1 hour would be anywhere from 16 to 18,000 in memories. Sorry, in energies, not memories. So it is very, very fast. Getting 16 to 18k energies in an hour is pretty awesome. If you just need energies for yourself, like you are doing the Guthics Memorial or something like that, then this is also pretty great just to gather your own memories or energies. Wow, I keep saying memories. But anyway, that does put our price tag per hour at between 7.2 and 8.2 million GP per hour. As you can see, as I'm doing this though, it is a super chill and relaxing method. This is honestly one of the most chill and relaxing methods to make that kind of money right now. You don't have to do combat, you don't have to look at your screen really, you don't have to really do much of anything. As you can see, this wisp right here, this spring right here is about to be gone, but if I click this next one, and I have my memory of dowsing out there. So I've got my dowsing, Prismo dowsing. Wow, I'm saying everything incorrectly, but dowsing is out here. And I click on this, and as you can see, I've got a half a bar on this now. with no one else clicking it. So if you're in a busier world, then you can expect people to, you know, click these more often with you and then extend the duration. But even with me, and there we go, someone just clicked it. But even with just me on this one, it would have lasted for quite a while, which means you can just click and then pay zero attention. It is pretty awesome. This is a really great method if you are doing some work or something alongside. I do highly recommend that you do the dowsing if you have it though, because it's very, very simple. All you do is click your lava battle staff or whatever battle staff you've got on, and then just cast it where you are standing, and it will start pulling them in and give you more enriched, which ends up being more memories per hour. It is a very, very, very simple method. The only entry point really is just having the gear to be able to do it, and the memory dowser is probably going to be your most difficult thing to get because of the cost of it. But like I said, after you buy it, you can always just resell it back. Now, this is based off the price of 452 per energy. As I did mention, the energy prices do rise at times. So sometimes, like I said, you'll be able to sell some energies for like 1,000 each, which is pretty awesome. You just need to price check and figure out which one is the best one to go do. So we're looking at 7.2 to 8.2 million per hour at 452. But if you were selling them for 1,000 each, you'd be looking at 14, 15 million and above per hour, which is really, really amazing with this method. So if you see any game updates that do make the price of energy go up, then it's a really great idea to just go ahead and slap this set on and then go do it. As I did mention also, the XP per hour here is pretty bad because we are focusing on the money, so your XP per hour is only going to be about 20k per hour. It's really, really not good for XP, which means that if you're training an alt or something, then this is going to be a great method for an alt. It may not be the best method for a main because you'll be able to make a significant amount more XP if you're going for like actual XP rates, but this is definitely still something worth mentioning. And as I mentioned before too, the relic where you've got the conversion where you can instantly convert in here is still really useful if you are, you know, chasing a wisp around or something like that. If the wisp is more than 7 tiles away, then you're going to need to be able to, you know, move a little bit further. But most of the time you won't even use that. The thing is though, is there's not any better relic to put there. The really only other relic that's actually required for this, or I guess required, not really required, but something to be helpful would be to add the one that gives you more XP. So that way you can, you know, just get more XP while you're doing this. But that is really it, guys. Thank you for checking out this video. If you want to see more money making guides, then feel free to go ahead and put down in the comments down below if you'd like to see a specific one, or if you would like to see one. I don't know, if you just want more money making guides, I can help you out too. And as I mentioned before, we do have a Discord server. We'd love to have you in there. If you guys would like to start making 5 to 10 billion plus per month and support the channel, then consider checking out our Patreon. It has been around for more than 8 years, so we have quite a few positive reviews and would love to have you in there. Anyway, guys, see you guys in the next video.